You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Well, hello there. Welcome to episode 306 of the Soul Forge podcast.
Welcome to the Soul Forge, a place of silent mystery, quiet contemplation, and outright mayhem. Join your host, Sean Vanderloo, as he guides you through the adventures of living. Together, we'll talk about life and love, sex and dating, joy and heartache, memories and loss, and so much more. Don't worry, it's not nearly as pretentious as it sounds. Get ready for life, the universe, and everything on the Soul Forge.
Hey everybody, it's Sean.
And Leah.
And we're here today to talk to you about side hustles. But before we do that, just a little bit of an update about our life and what's been going on. In the last episode, we talked about Five Nights at Freddy's in a movie review, and our good friend Richard from Australia suggested that I watch Survivors because I was talking about the British TV shows we were watching.
Right, yes.
Yes. You know, a lot of Keeping Up Appearances, and we tried Blake Seven and Red Dwarf.
That was terrible.
Yeah, I can't do Blake Seven. But he suggested watching Survivors, which is also from the 70s.
Right.
And it's about the end of the world.
Yep.
And it's about some survivors.
Right.
Obviously, because that's the name of the show. And I've watched 5 episodes so far.
What do you think?
I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. So, Richard, thanks for the suggestion. Love a post-apocalyptic show. In otherworldly news, I went to Walmart today.
What'd you find?
Well, I went for some long underwear and some peanut butter.
Yeah.
And I couldn't bypass the Hot Wheels.
No.
You know, it's kind of an addiction.
It really is.
Yeah. So I saw that they had 2 new fresh dump bins. And since I had my shopping cart, I was like, well, I'm going to get to the bottom of this thing and see what's out there. And it looked like they had dumped maybe 4, 5, 6 boxes of Hot Wheels into the thing. And finally, after, 10 or 15 minutes of digging through the first box, at the very bottom of the box, I found a super treasure hunt.
Excellent. And how many have you found of those?
2 so far.
2. So this is just the second one.
The second one in 9 months of collecting.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they're pretty hard to find.
They're very hard to find. But according, I'm on the Facebook page for a lot of Hot Wheels groups.
Yeah.
And people are always finding them. But here in Northern Ontario, it's pretty rare.
A little more difficult.
It is.
Yeah.
But luckily enough, I found the thing.
Excellent.
So I was happy about that.
I'm sure you were. Did you jump up for joy like you just won on The Price is Right?
No, I don't show emotions outwardly.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not a thing.
Okay.
But you know that.
Yes, I know.
Yes, you do. And I'm sure anybody who's been listening to me for the last 10 years also knows this.
Yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
It's true. It's true. But that's what's been going on here.
Okay.
Anything going on new and exciting with you?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, okay.
I have a cat biting my foot.
You do have a cat biting your foot.
But other than that, no. Nothing really major happening in my life.
Okay. Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about side hustles.
I have a side hustle. And you have a side hustle.
Yes, but before we get to that, we've been watching some YouTube videos.
Yes, on side hustles.
Yes, because, we can always use more money.
Everyone could use more money.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many videos we watched about side hustles. And these guys that are talking about them make it sound so easy. But it sounds like a lot of help me out here.
Breakbacking work? Back-breaking work?
Yeah. Obviously, I'm very tired.
Yes.
And my words are mixed up. Because ever since the new routes at work started, I've been walking like 10,000 more steps every day.
Yeah.
And now winter's here and it's snowing and I'm tired.
Yeah, that is definitely a challenge right now, is the weather, right? And if you're doing a side hustle that requires you to be outdoors, that could be a challenge.
Well, my main hustle is outdoors. So the last thing I'd want is a side hustle that's outdoors as well.
Yeah.
So what were some of these suggestions that these guys were talking about?
Well, I think the most common thing that I saw was power washing.
Yes, a lot of power washing. Go get yourself a power washer. You can get one for about $100, and then just go door to door asking people if they need their house or their car or their decks power washed.
Yeah, and apparently offer to do a little bit for free, and they'll have you coming back, time after time to complete their deck or their house or whatever.
And in addition to that, after you've cleaned their deck, you can also stain it.
Stain the deck, clean the gutters.
Which brings us to yard maintenance.
Yeah.
That was another side hustle.
Yeah.
And all of these side hustles sound very labor intensive.
Yeah. So I guess the main theme was do jobs that nobody else wants to do.
Exactly. So we're doing some power washing, we're cleaning out gutters.
Yeah.
We might be shoveling snow in the winter.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fun.
Cutting grass in the summer.
Yeah, no.
But the gutters, the video we saw had the guy stick his hand in there without any gloves on.
Yeah, gross.
It was disgusting.
Gross. Very, very gross. And not exactly, and I understand that's probably why it's a successful business, because it's not something that everybody wants to do. But at the end of the day, it can also be very dangerous.
Yeah, because ladders.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Very dangerous.
very much so.
Yeah.
Another thing that they were talking about was car detailing.
Yeah. That is one that I really would like to see somebody here do, because honestly, I really could use my car detailed.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I try to do it once a summer or so.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just don't feel like it because either it's raining or it's too hot, and it gets away from you sometimes.
Yeah.
And they were saying, oh yeah, for a car detail job, you could probably charge up to $300.
Yep.
Do you think people would pay that?
Here?
Yeah,
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Because what did they have on the video? They had you vacuuming out the carpets. They had steam cleaning the seats and doing like every little thing that you could think of.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, and these are very labor intensive side hustles, like you were saying. It's not something that you can make it a turnkey operation or anything like that. Something that kind of you can do on the side whenever you want to. It's more of a it's very labor intensive.
And they're all weather related as well.
Yeah, outdoors and weather related.
A lot of outdoor stuff.
Yeah.
And this is something, it's a side hustle, so it's extra money other than your day job.
Right.
So I don't know about you, but after my day job, I'm friggin' exhausted.
Yeah, you don't want to go out and shovel driveways or power wash a deck or...
I don't even want to shovel my own driveway.
That's right. You don't even want to take the snow off of your own vehicle.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
And maybe I'm just complaining because I'm tired and I've been worn out the last little bit. Like last night I was in bed at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, you were extremely exhausted.
28,000 steps yesterday in the snow, and it was too much.
Yeah.
So there's no way I could think of doing a side hustle.
Yeah, no, your energy is completely drained too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel
absolutely.
useless.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sore. My knees are sore. I actually took ibuprofen last night, and I never take pills. I last week it was so bad I had a bath, and I hadn't had a bath in years.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to kind of soothe those muscles. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Completely understand. But your side hustle, the one that you do have, is it's pretty hands off. So what is it that you do as a side hustle?
Well, I do play promos for other podcasts on the ESO network, such as this promo right here.
Hi, I'm Joe Heath,
I'm Tony Heath,
and we host the Watchathon of Rassilon.
a podcast where we're watching through all of classic Doctor Who.
Nope, we've already done that.
We did? Well, then now what do we do?
What do we two do? We review New Who.
Ooh, we too review New Who?
We do, just for you.
Who?
Not you, them, the listeners of the podcast.
Ah,
The Watchathon of Rassilon.
now we review New Who too.
Woohoo!
Is that a side hustle?
I guess you could consider that a side hustle.
I'm not getting paid for it.
No?
No.
So then it's a volunteer work?
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
It's a requirement of being on the ESO network.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, you know what I did the other day?
What?
Well, of course you do. I edited the promo that we just did,
Right.
you and I,
Yes.
for the fall promo season,
That's
because twice a year at the ESO network we're supposed to refresh our promos. Mm-hmm. So you know what I'm going to do right here? I'm going to play the promo for our audience so that they know what the other podcasts on the ESO network are playing for us.
Excellent.
Hey Leah,
Hey, Sean.
you know what now's a good time for?
What's that?
A promo for the Soul Forge podcast.
The Soul Forge? What's that?
Oh, it's a show. It's a podcast all about sex and dating,
Love and relationships.
pop culture and movie reviews,
Adventure?
almost anything you can think of.
Definitely.
What is it?
The Soul Forge.
The Soul Forge podcast.
Think about it.
Do you remember doing that?
I do remember doing that.
Isn't that a great promo?
Yeah, it's a really great promo.
Yeah.
Hopefully, a lot of people play it for us.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
We can always use more listeners.
Absolutely.
But back to side hustles.
Yeah.
When it comes to a side hustle, I want as labor intensive as it can possibly not be.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
Labor free.
Well, nothing's labor free, but actually, one of the side hustles that my dad told me that I should do was put a trailer hitch on my truck, my SUV, and borrow his trailer and go around picking up pellets. And then he's got a guy that comes and buys them.
Right.
So I could, after work, go pick up pellets around town for a couple hours,
Right.
bring them to Dad's house, and then when the guy comes to town, he could pick up the pellets and I'd get paid for that.
Right.
I don't have the energy.
Again, that sounds very labor intensive.
Maybe before my route changed, when I was done early, but now I'm working an extra 2 hours
Yes.
every day.
Yes.
So
It's just not.
no more free rides for me at work.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work. And,
No.
and now the winter's here. The last thing I want to do is pull out pellets from the snow.
Well, yeah. Plus, you're already traipsing through the snow all day, and I don't know. I honestly don't know how you can do it. It's not the job for me. That's for sure.
Oh, and daylight savings time just happened, so now it's really dark early.
Yes, it's dark early and late.
Yeah.
Yay!
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my side hustle consists of selling things on the Etsy shop. And that's Rusted Robot Toys, Etsy shop. And I sell, things I've scouted out during the year at yard sales. And also, I've been a collector since my teenage years. So that's over 30 years. And I've decided it's time to part ways with a lot of my toys and collectibles.
Right.
Because, my kid doesn't want it. And I don't have room for everything.
No, especially you move a lot.
I've moved a lot over my my life here, so hauling all this crap around, it's exhausting.
It is very exhausting.
And trying to find places to put it and pack it up, and then just when I think, I'm never going to have to move again, surprise,
You have to move again.
you have to move again. So
Crazy.
it's time for this stuff to go.
Yeah.
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 Like I said, I'm collecting Hot Wheels.
Yes.
Those are small, though. And
But there's a lot of them.
there's a lot of them. And I probably shouldn't be collecting those either, but that's my current obsession, and maybe it'll peter out eventually.
Well,
I'll put some of those on the Etsy shop.
never know.
And I've thought about expanding over to eBay. I just haven't done so yet.
Right.
So that's a thing.
There's a lot of rules with eBay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 20 years ago when I got on eBay, I was going to start my own eBay empire up.
Right.
I just never bothered.
Never bothered.
No.
So see, that laissez-faire attitude is kind of what's stopping you from making that side hustle very successful, because
That's right.
it's
Yeah.
I'll do it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that
And,
sort of.
And that is why you fail.
That's right. Side hustles do require a certain amount of commitment, I think, on your part.
Yes.
And,
Consistency.
Consistency, of course. I also sell stuff on Etsy. I do have a shop called Collect and Cast On. So I
Say
do
that again?
Collect and Cast On.
Cast on?
Yes.
Like-
Casting on meaning when you're casting on stitches on a knitting needle.
Aha.
Yes.
Right, because recently a lady bought a shawl from you?
No, it was a poncho.
A poncho, and you had to make it.
I did.
It was made to order.
Made to order.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have a few things, and you saw how much time that took me.
A lot of time.
It takes a lot of time. And, it is very time consuming. Anybody who knits or crochets, it takes a long time. But those are things that I really do enjoy. I can sit in the evening watching TV, having a beverage, or a piping hot caffeinated beverage, or a adult beverage, as I like to call them. But either or, my beverage of choice, I can sit there and sort of knit or crochet. And I really like to do stuff like that. It doesn't take me long, and I'm experienced in it, and I'm self-taught, so I like that. Just like you, anything that I find at a yard sale or maybe a secondhand store or, anywhere really that I find valuable, I do have it, and I put it up on my Etsy shop as well, just to sort of make some extra money. I do have some stuff laying around that I have to put up on my Etsy shop, but so that's why I call it Collect and Cast On.
That's a great name for it, actually. Yeah. And thrifting is fun.
Yes.
So that's part of the sourcing for your store.
Yes.
But it's also enjoyable.
It's very enjoyable. And I get to learn new things. Like, I have a bear that I found out when I picked up this particular bear. You and I were there actually, and I found that it was a bear that's from a company, and I don't really have the name of it right now offhand, but I can certainly find it. Anyways, it is quite a very valuable bear because it has a lifetime warranty on it.
Yes, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Anybody wanting to know more information, they can email the Soulforge podcast.
Yeah, they can.
Right? Yeah.
soulforgepodcast@gmail.com.
Excellent. And if you're interested, let me know. But I also, of course, I'm a travel agent, and I do book vacations for people. And that's kind of come up in question lately because I do an awful lot of work.
You certainly do. You're always doing quotes for people and booking things and getting more information.
And it's just, I'm finding it not as profitable as it used to be, and not very many people traveling.
What do you think that is?
I really don't know. I really do think it's inflation.
Well, the prices of everything is outrageous.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Do you smell that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, what does that smell like?
It smells like cinnamon.
I don't find it cinnamony. I find it very Christmassy, though.
Yes, what is that?
Well, actually, somebody I know very well, she sells Scentsy. So that is a side hustle as well, right?
That's true. Is that what's burning right now beside us?
Yes.
Oh, yes, because you did recently buy a Scentsy warmer.
I did, yeah.
Have you ever thought about selling Scentsy yourself?
No, I've done a side hustle kind of like that. I'm not too sure how well Scentsy does. Maybe it's something worth looking into.
Is that like Avon?
Sort of.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like it's a totally different product, but
of course,
it's selling like that.
Yeah.
Like I had an ex-wife who got into Mary Kay.
Okay.
And she spent a fortune buying all the stuff and then never sold anything.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's like a pyramid scheme, I guess. Almost.
Absolutely. Yeah. I used to do one that was jewelry. I really liked it because I love shiny, sparkly things. It was called Origami Owl. And that company actually got very successful, and they actually sold the company, and now they're under a different name and everything. And what I did like about that particular venture, though, was that I found that I was able to meet some nice people.
Oh, that's important.
So, yeah, I really, really enjoyed that. But all in all, side hustles can be really anything.
Yeah, and I was thinking when we go to conventions and sell our stuff, is that a side hustle? Not really, because there's only once or twice a year.
Yeah.
So a side hustle has to be consistent.
Yes.
Like our Etsy shops, or car detailing, or cutting people's grass, or shoveling their snow. Something that you're doing like at least once or twice a week.
Yeah. The one thing I found most interesting out of the videos that we saw was the knife sharpening.
Oh, yeah. That was another thing that they were talking about, a mobile knife sharpening.
Yes.
Yeah. Just go around and ask people if they need their knives sharpened, and maybe do one for free so they could see what it's like. And then, people are going to come out to flock out of their house. What are you guys doing?
Yes.
Oh, we're sharpening knives. It's $1 per knife. Or what was it, 50 cents per inch? Or it was something, I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But only so many knives can be sharpened, so I don't imagine that would be too lucrative.
Yeah, and most kits nowadays, if you buy a set of knives, it comes with the sharpening tool as well. I mean,
right, but it's an option.
It is definitely an option. Definitely interesting. Most side hustles, though, involve sales of some type, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. Well, I suppose you could even do dog walking.
Sure, nothing wrong with that. A lot of people have dogs and they work full time,
yes,
somebody needs to walk the dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, during my my paper route, my mail run, I often see people with 2, 3, 4 dogs on a leash going for a walk.
Right.
So it's definitely a thing.
Yeah, they're probably dog walking.
That's what I'm imagining. Yeah, but maybe they have 4 big dogs. Who knows?
Who knows?
I don't know. Yeah. I've never stopped to ask.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so what have we learned about side hustles?
That side hustles are work
Yes.
and sales.
And there's no free lunch. It's not easy.
No, there's no free lunch. That's for sure.
It's almost like you have to put in more effort than your regular job sometimes.
Absolutely. And again, to make it lucrative, you have to
Be dedicated.
You have to be dedicated to it, for sure.
Right, it's true. Mm-hmm. So do you think we're going to do any more side hustles?
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think so.
No?
I think I'm good with the Etsy shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough for now.
You're ready to lay off the side hustles?
Oh, yeah. I'm exhausted from my regular hustle, so that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah. So was there anything else that we wanted to discuss about anything?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, listeners, as you may have noticed, this isn't coming out on Thursday, just like the last one didn't come out on Thursday. It's due to exhaustion and just life getting in the way. But you'll hear it when you hear it, and hope you guys and girls out there in podcast land are having a great time. So we'll talk again soon. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review in the podcatcher of your choice. And remember, no one needs to say, good idea, before you follow your heart and take that first bold step. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Soul Forge Podcast. Your support is greatly appreciated, and we hope you'll tune in again next time. Remember that you can visit soulforgepodcast.com for all of our social media links, and don't forget to share the show with everyone you know. The Soul Forge Podcast is your best source for living your best life.
Think about it.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.